Okay. Alright. I think we're ready. I just gotta get out there myself. Oh, heck yeah. Okay. Yay! I should have done this earlier. That's actually one of the things I was trying to do, was making sure everything was set up. I can't actually see chat right at this second. Okay, and that should be where it's at. Matt, could you confirm for me that TikTok and YouTube are on? Because I didn't look too terribly closely at it before I ran out of the room. Uh-oh. I already know some stuff isn't working. Hang on, I'll be right back. I'm still on the microphone, but I'm trying to figure out what's going wrong with, Perrin, get down from there. Alright. Why are you now? Oh. That is not where I want you to be. Oh, I don't have internet. That explains it. Hang on. I'll be there in a second. In a second. Let's go to this one. Hello? What do you mean, out of range? Yay, this is great. How on earth is this not working? It's January 18th at 9:37. Not associated? What even are these errors? Of all the things that there could have been problems with. Not having Wi-Fi on my laptop is the last thing that I thought of. Oh my god. I'm gonna take this to the other damn room so I can see. Hi, I can see chat again. I know you can't see me.
Hello there.
But I'm where I need to be to have the most chance of this working.
Hello there.
Why? Why has this decided not to work tonight? Hi, Jock. Hi, Christina. Oh, this is exciting, isn't it? I have a much different camera setup tonight than I usually do for cooking.
Hello there.
Not associate.
Hello there.
It is! Hi, Hannah. Yo, Sulky Solid, thank you very much for the marshmallow high. I promise I'll be back in the kitchen very soon. I need to have my laptop so I can interact with you guys. What does that mean? Pan stream, let's go. And you can see the eggs. Out of range?
Chokori, cheer 100.
Thank you very much for the bits. I promise there's actually going to be something to see here in a little bit. Man, this is the most frustrating thing that I have ever seen. Well, what are my options? Continue without chat, that's an option. That's an option that I don't really want to do. Another option would be, use one camera and look at chat from my phone. I really don't want to do that, because I don't think you have a very good view from either one of those, of everything that would be happening. I know. let's do the technical solution, which is to restart. That's a good idea, right? Power it down. Turn it back on. Okay. So, fried rice is something that I usually cook in a few different steps. It usually goes by pretty quick. I think I also probably should be out there because that pan actually is on right now. But it's fine. It's fine. How's everyone's night tonight? You know what I could do while we're waiting on this to work? We could switch to here so we could actually you can actually see me. I played a lot of Hollow Knight today, which doesn't really put me in the best mood. Hey, I've got Wi-Fi working. Turning it off and on again helped. No, I don't really want to be editing anything about the stream right at this second. So, the reason why I was kind of hesitant to try turning it off and on again is because I just turned it on. Please work. Hey, it worked. Okay. We're going back out to the other room. Yay! Hi, it's me. I'm here. Okay. So, we're making shrimp fried rice. My pan looks like it's hot, but not too hot. There's nothing in it, no oil or anything just yet. So, the way that I do fried rice is I'm going to start by cooking some eggs. And then I'm going to cook the vegetables. And then the protein, which in this case is shrimp. And then we're going to do the rice and combine everything together. Something that I should have done but didn't was get out all the sauces I'm going to need, which are sesame oil, soy sauce, and oyster sauce. There's a good chance I'm out of oyster sauce. Nope, there it is. For doing fried rice, I really want to have everything that I'm going to need close to hand because it cooks so fast that I'm not going to have time to really grab the stuff that I need in the midst. Okay, so we've got two bowls here. This is where I'm going to put all the stuff after it's done cooking and waiting to be combined together. And this bowl is for mixing up the eggs. Whoa, holy crap. Jock, thank you so much for the gifts. I really appreciate that. Alright. Scrambling the eggs. You'll hear people tell you not to salt eggs before you cook them, and I disagree with that. Put some oil in the pan, put some butter. And the eggs. Pan is really hot right now, so these are going to cook very, very fast. Very, very fast. That sounds like a raid. Hello, raiders. Welcome in. We're currently doing some shrimp fried rice. I need my garlic. Oh, well.
Here comes a new challenger.
I am out of garlic. Lord Hoyle, you made it. You made it in time for cooking the foods. Okay. So in the absence of having actual garlic, I'll use garlic powder. And I need my ginger, which is right here. Gonna start by cooking some onions. I have a bag of green onions. Anytime I buy green onions, what I'm doing with them now is chopping them up and throwing them in the freezer. Because I have had too many green onions go bad on me. These I chopped up earlier today, actually. We're going to start with the onions. I'm going to throw some garlic powder and ground ginger in here also. We're only going to cook this for just a little bit before adding in my mixed veggies. Garlic powder, or the ginger, ground ginger is wanting to clump up. Oh, could you hear the sizzle? I was working on stuff earlier in the kitchen. I had some potatoes I was getting ready for something else. And
First blood.
Spike was very displeased with me dropping a potato on the floor. Put this in the freezer. Watch out. Yeah, cast iron is my pan of choice. I've looked into it kind of recently, and I think I would like to have a carbon steel pan, but I'm very happy with my current cast iron. It's well seasoned. I use it for practically everything. It is very non-stick just from constant use. GameCube, congratulations on being first. You keep your green onion in water to grow. I have considered doing that. I actually probably should, because I always cut off the bottoms and just throw them away anyway. Yeah, my cast iron, it's been basically the only pan that I've cooked in for probably 5 years at this point. Except for some occasions. Alright. These veggies have some color on them. I think we're gonna call them cooked. They just go straight in the bowl with the eggs. Now next is the shrimp. Scrape off my spatula. Now the shrimp was frozen this morning, and it's been sitting in running water for the past 10 minutes defrosting. It's ready to go. I need to refill this oil. I've gotten pretty used to my electric. I know where it needs to be sitting. It was some salt and pepper. The rice that I have to cook is right here. That's left over from last night's meal. I have had a chance recently to cook on gas, and I didn't like it. Induction would be cool. Induction would be very cool. I don't cook a whole lot of shrimp, but I want to try not to overcook it. Now that would be like overcooked. I definitely shouldn't have turned it so early. I'm probably going to regret having the tails on, but it'll be fine. Yeah, shrimp is delicious. Yeah. The idea is that I'm gonna have to take the tails off as I'm eating it, which isn't a great idea, but, you know, it's where I'm at. Alright, it's almost done. Got some good searing on it. Since I'm thinking about it, I might as well refill my oil, because I'm going to need some in a second. Oh, please don't spill. Alright. I did get a little spill. My lighting situation is kind of a disaster. I don't have the lights on in the kitchen that I normally do, because it was making everything look kind of weird. Who was that? I actually can't see who that was, but thank you very much. Hot pan regrab. Alright. Yeah, this shrimp looks done. Straighten the bowl with the rest of the stuff. Watch out, bud. I forgot I also want... excuse me. I also want vinegar. So we're gonna do more oil in the pan for the rice. Here's the rice. This is day-old rice. It's been sitting in the fridge. Do not let rice sit out at room temperature and then plan to eat it again. By the way, that is a very unfood safe thing to do.
Hello there.
I've got some bits that are stuck on the pan I'm scraping off and into the rice. I'm pretty fond of those bits that are stuck to the pan. Oh, the Prime sub too, thank you so much. The counter space? Yeah, it's nice. Yeah, pizza's fine. So actually, I saw a thing about pizza. It probably is fine, because it's an environment that stuff is probably not going to grow in. Rice is different because it is exactly the opposite. It is something that bacteria is going to want to grow in. Because it's moist. It's like a perfect breeding ground for bacteria. Alright. Some vinegar in here. Don't breathe this. I actually want to salt my rice also. My rice had some lemon pepper seasoning in it, so I'm trying not to go too overboard on it, on the seasonings I add, but I am going to want some soy sauce and oyster sauce. Soy. I promise I'm not putting a ton of oyster sauce in there, it's just very thick, so it doesn't come out easily. Alright. The rice is pretty well how I want it. We're going to add everything else back into it now. Everything should be already pretty hot. Just kind of melding it all together. Turn off the heat, and then we're gonna hit it with some sesame oil here in a second. Sesame oil, you don't really want to be cooking with it. It's used for flavor rather than for cooking with. Finally, a cooking stream, yes. Fried rice is very fast to cook. Toss the rice? No, I'm not gonna do that. They'll get a bite. They'll get a bite. The heat's off. The pan is still sizzling because, you know, electric stove, cast iron, it's gonna retain heat. But I'll put some sesame oil on this. Now is the time for that. Because we're not really doing any more cooking now. Sesame oil is very strong. You should have a light touch with it. No, I dropped some rice. And then I'm gonna do the fancy thing when I plate it up. Which is to first put it in a bowl. Pack it down. And then tip it over on the plate. Doesn't that look good? I'm gonna do one more thing to it because I have it and I like it. Actually, you know what? Two things. I should have done this earlier if I had thought about it. We're gonna put some sriracha. And then some shrimp sauce. Can you have a bite? Uncle Roger would be pleased. I would like to think so. My cabinets are gray, yes. Do they show dirt? Kinda, yes. Kinda. Yes. Alright. Let's give this a bite. It is very hot. Do you want a shrimp? Do you want a shrimp? Let me see if I can get him... Oh, I can just move the camera. Let's get you a bite of shrimp, huh? You are a good dog. If you could do me a favor and back up over here. Over here. Over here. Sit. Come here. Sit. Sit. Good boy. Shake. Good boy. Shake. Good boy. Oh, he's a good dog. Yeah, shrimp sauce. They also call it yum yum sauce. Would you like to try some shrimp too? This is Bane. They're usually really picky about not wanting to eat people food, but I'll give her a try. Here, come here. Come here. There's a shrimp for you, right here. Chia, do you want the shrimp? Neither cat wants shrimp. Alright, that means that Spike gets it. Back over here, Spike. Sit. Good sit. Okay. Good boy. Alright, I'm gonna go in the other room to eat. You guys can come with me.
Hi. Take this headset off. Spike is a beagle, yes. He's also too smart for his own good. Look at him. He would like some more. Yeah, I probably should have taken the tails off. Whatever. Shrimp is good. Is this normal content that you've been missing? I do plan to do cooking streams once a week. Next week I'm going to try and do one earlier in the day. In the afternoon. I have no idea what I'm making next week, but it'll be something. I'm having... Whoops. I'm having... fried rice. Shrimp fried rice. This was peeled and deveined. I could do chili. Possibly. Chicken fried rice? Oh yeah. That's where you batter it and deep fry it, right? No, I don't really make my chili very spicy. What I'll do is I'll make my chili. I just use a packet of seasoning, and I used poblano peppers last time. Sometimes I'll do like a mix of bell pepper and jalapeno, so there's a little bit of spice in there, and then I can put hot sauce in after it's done cooking if I want it to be spicier. Right, right. Yeah, I'm fine with using spice mixes. There was, I don't know if you guys have seen You Suck at Cooking. He makes cooking videos, but is kind of ridiculously over the top and bad in a funny way. And he made a video talking about making pumpkin pie.
I'm a dupster.
And hey, Link. How he was never going to use just pumpkin pie spice. He was going to make it himself using the individual spices.
I am a dupster.
And he made a big show of tasting them side by side. And then he threw out the individual spices and just used the pumpkin spice mix. Because it was exactly the same. Because it's just like nutmeg, allspice, and cinnamon. I know what I can do.
I am a dupster.
Zoom the camera out some so it's not directly in my face. Yeah. I mean, that's what it is. Yeah, that's the reason the blanket is there, is for the cats. I have to strategically place the blankets around the house so that I can know where cats are going to be. Because they gravitate towards them. Oh, nice. I tried homebrew one time, and I was making root beer from a kit. I didn't really like what I ended up with. Yeah. Spike, if I tell him that we're going to bed, he will race me to the bed. He took my spot, not last night, but the night before. I had to end up using him as a pillow. Whoa! Holy cow! thank you. Thank you very much for the bits, Churi. I really, really appreciate that. Thermostat set to 60? I had mine set to 65, and I realized that I was cold. Because the problem is that the thermostat... What I need to do is get another temperature sensor for this room. Because this is the one that I care about. And, this room stays cooler than, out in the kitchen where the thermostat is. Yeah, so the leave the tails on the shrimp experiment was a bad idea. If anybody was wondering. I'd be kind of afraid to have a space heater in this room. Just because of how much electricity I'm using in here. I don't want to overload the circuit. Do not leave the tails on, right? The way I prefer to do it is to chop up the tails. Sorry. Chop up the shrimp so they're not in huge pieces. You can actually get some in a bite. Speaking of a bite, how am I gonna give you this bite, bud? I would make him get up on the chair, but I don't want to disturb the cat. Up. Oh. I think they're fine. She usually runs when he does that. Buddy. I think you've already gotten too many bites. You just ate your real dinner. He's had one, yes. But what about second dinner? I don't think I know about that one, pup. Yeah, Spike is very careful not to let the cats attack him. And he does that by being a little bit meaner than he has to be. Like, he's not mean to them. But he doesn't, like, allow them a chance to be mean to him. Alright, so I probably should have had some kind of plan for how this all works. But I guess I was just gonna cook and eat. And my food's all gone. Aside from the tails. And nobody wants to eat tails except maybe Spike. I'm sure he would volunteer for that. No, I think I played enough video games today. We did get a lot done in Hollow Knight. We got through the Path of Pain, which, oh my god, that's the hardest thing I've ever done. And then, we're at a spot where I think we can beat the game. Not just beat the game, but call it done Tuesday night. Oh. Yeah, I kept finding more stuff that I didn't like about it today. I really feel like I wanted to give it a fair shake, because people have such an intense love for that game. How long is it going to take me to beat the beginner hacks? So I've been playing 9 days now, and we've gotten a mix of some of the easiest hacks that are out there, and one that's probably going to be the longest hack that is in the whole marathon. 9 days to get through 30. So we're averaging just under 4 hacks per day. Just over 3, however you want to say it. So if that pace holds, we're looking at 100 days of gameplay. Which I think that's a pace that I can keep up. I probably am going to want to slow down, just so I can be doing other stuff as well. And here's the real problem, is that as I'm playing them, I'm also trying to edit video for it. And I have finished 5 videos out of the 30 that I've played. And I'm about to start on the one that's going to be probably the longest edit as well, because that hack took like 15 hours. I have some practice with editing down super long stuff, so it's not going to be a super long process, but still, it's a lot to go through. I think I have like 4 days worth of footage on just that one game, which I don't think that's gonna happen again. I looked over the list, and I think the only other thing that I'm in danger of having a hard time with is Mario's Superior Platforming Physics Challenge. And that might not be that bad, but I tried playing it before and I couldn't make progress because I didn't understand how to play it. Because it's very not SMW. But I really have enjoyed playing ROM hacks and working towards accomplishing a goal rather than just playing things to play them. I'm scrolling back through the list again right now to see if there's anything else that's jumping out at me. There's another hack that I have played before, and I'm not worried about being unable to finish it. It's just that it's going to destroy my ability to play anything else. That is Chirality. Chirality is a game that it's a SMW hack, normal SMW physics. Everything is very normal. It's not got like super hard levels or anything. But your controls are inverted. Anytime you want to press left, you have to press right. And it makes for a very difficult game to play. And once you get the hang of it, it's fine. But then you try to go to another game after you've finished it, and you find yourself trying to push the wrong direction still. Yeah. I think I was fine like the next day, but man, it ruined me. You did raid me before I ended stream. Hi, everybody. Thank you for the raid, Dubs. We just did a little tiny cooking stream, and then that turned into an eating stream. I made shrimp fried rice, and it's all gone. Dubs, did you get some progress done on Paper Robot? GG cooking and eating? Hell yeah. You made a train. Does the train share a lot of code with the coal, the mine carts? You want to play Factorio? I was thinking about Factorio. Simply because I had the Archipelago list of games pulled up, and I was trying to think of what might be fun to play from that list of games. And I saw Factorio. And Factorio would probably be a bad idea for me to try to do, because I'm not good at Factorio. Maybe one day I could learn to do a speedrun of that game. Pianodons, uh-huh. That would be great. I don't know if anybody's seen it, but Grand Pooh Bear recently did a 9-game multi-world with himself, with all the 2D Zelda games. And I don't think that I would go... I don't think I would go that far as playing multiple games. But I think a small handful of games would be fun to do a solo multi-world with. Hey Brian, yeah, I've had a pretty decent day. We just finished eating. I think we're about to wrap up, honestly. Spike, you are such a beggar. You are such a beggar.
Daka Daka! It's raining, Daka!
Come on up here. Up here. Up here. I know. You came over here because you wanted the shrimp. You want the tails. He's locked on. No, you can't have them. They're probably not good for your tummy. Yeah. He's a good boy. He likes to eat. I get a lot of videos on TikTok that are just beagle videos. I wonder why. Oh, interesting. So those mods that aren't available yet on 2.0 can still be made. So do you mean a patch tool ports over generic mods or specifically Industrial Revolution 3? Buddy, hey, do you want one tail? Do you want one tail? Here. Okay, I'm not gonna be giving you any more. You've already had too many bites. You've already had too many bites. Alright, get down. All right. Well, I think we're gonna go ahead and wrap up because I don't think I have anything interesting to talk about. Don't you know I'm super hecka boring? Let's see who's online so we can raid somebody. Hi, Dash. Let me get to a different scene. Why do I have a hole in my green screen? Why do I have a hole in my green screen? Oh, I know why. Because the camera's not supposed to be pointing there. You know, Spike actually hasn't been paying that much attention to the squirrels lately. It's mostly just been the cars. We could raid B2DE81, who's doing SMW right now. Now, do I know which SMW? No. I would wager he's probably testing something for somebody. I can't tell for sure. Yeah, the background was gone because of the scene that I had active. It is done differently on vertical and horizontal. All right. You guys, thank you for being here. I do want to do more cooking content, and I think, I honestly think that doing it at the start is better, but the thing that I wanted to make, I wouldn't have wanted to eat earlier in the day. We'll do it again next week. Bye everybody. Have a good night. I'll see you next time. Tomorrow we're going back to Kaizo. We're doing Grand Troll World 1 to start. One of the many troll hacks that are in the advanced difficulty. Yeah. It's over. Bye.
It's over!